Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another 2 Minutes with Joe. I am Jennifer E. Goldman, offering you the gold standard in nonprofit management consulting. And today I wanted to take a few minutes to explore the working board. I don't know if you have the same experiences that I do, but I work with many small organizations that have a working board that I find to be dysfunctional. And I would like to explore what that looks like, what it should look like, and maybe how it can change. Um, First, I want to make sure everybody understands the difference between a governing board and a working board. In both cases, you will have an all-volunteer board of directors who hold fiscal and fiduciary responsibility. They are set up to ensure that the organization has all of the resources it needs to carry out its operations. It will oversee the direction, the strategic plan of the organization, and it will analyze its operations and how it's doing. But that's where it ends for a governing board. For a working board, however, it is imperative that those volunteer board of directors roll up their sleeves, get their hands dirty, and organize the work and do the work of the organization, the programs, the projects, the events. In many cases, these organizations are too small to even have staff at all. In some cases, they may have an executive director or maybe one or two other staff people, but that's about it. So it's really imperative for the board to, whether just all on their own or forming committees, carry out that workload. Sorry. What I generally see is that working board members, however, are at best behaving like governing board members, which means that they're really there to help with the strategic oversight and the direction, but they're really not diving into the work of the organization. They're leaving their executive director hanging out there to create the opportunities, carry out all the programs, gather all the resources, wear all the hats, do all the things. And one person just can't do that. These are not organizations that are staffed properly in order to do that. So I want to ask you to take a look at the organization that you're running into and what does it look like? So the example that I have used over and over again in the workshops that I have taught is Lee Iacocca. I realize my audience is getting younger and maybe not everybody knows who that is, but he was the big head honcho at Ford for quite some time, then recruited into Chrysler and was just the bigwig, turning major corporations around, being the head CEO, corner glass office overlooking everything. You know what I mean? Just think of the hugest corporation you can and the leader of that. That was Lee Iacocca back in the day. Now, how many days do you think you saw Lee Iacocca on the assembly line, right? Manufacturing the vehicles all by himself? No. Or even taking part in it? No. How many days do you think you would find him on a car lot selling the vehicles that his companies put together? Zero, right? I'm gonna guess if there were any days where he was on the assembly line or in a car lot, it was either way before while he was working his way up the ladder, or it was some sort of marketing publicity photo opportunity thing. That was not his job. As the CEO of the corporation, his job was to make sure that all the pieces were working properly, that there was effectiveness and efficiency in this huge model of a corporation that he was running, right? I want you to turn around and look at your executive director, and I want you to think, that's my Lee Iacocca. That is the person we need up here wearing one hat, doing one job, and overseeing everything and making sure all the pieces are working together. If you're a board member, I'm sorry to say, you might not want to think this way, but your job is the assembly line. You are the car lot. You need to be part of the departments that are making all the things happening, the cogs, right? And the wheels that are turning. It is up to a working board to carry that out, whether that is all on your own or whether you're going to form committees full of other volunteers that you can use to carry out everything that you need. And I know this feels backwards or counterintuitive to a lot of you, but it's true. And so my question to you is, can your organization flip your model? Can you truly become an organization with a functional working board, or do you need to fundraise to staff yourselves properly and change your bylaws so that you are, in fact, a governing board only? I think you need to think about what is best for the organization for the long term for sustainability. How does that look to you? And discuss it as a board, including your executive director. What is the best thing for the organization? How should it work? How will it run the most smoothly? Can the board come together and figure out a way to carry out the operations of the organization, or do you need to hire a full staff? Those are the questions I want to bring to you today. So I'm interested in your thoughts and opinions on what I've said about a working board and a governing board, as well as your own thoughts about your own organization or questions you may have. So please leave me comments. If you would like some help with the direction of any of this, and any training or assistance consulting that I can help you with to make your organization run more effectively and efficiently, please reach out. I'm always here for you. Thanks again. Enjoy your day.